think... Now I think we're getting somewhere. Okay. Let's do this thing. Howdy, folks. This is Bad 073 here in Cruising Land, from the rubber, only in the car park with the handbrake. You can have a praise clown, I don't care. Today, I'm playing Sword Art Online Hollow Realization, and this is a live stream, obviously. My first one didn't quite go so well. But oh well. Stuff happens, you know. When you're testing things out, it does small little things. But I thought I'd do it a little bit better this time. Now, I discussed in my last one Vastrayer not being entirely AI. Now, I will be doing a proper complete video on that in the near future. I can't guarantee when it will be posted, but I know it will be up. So, regardless of that, I say it she's not AI because more of the way she acts and reacts to what is said around her by, say, Kirito or Asuna or Leaf or Klein, whatever. And some of the suggestions that she makes. And by her reactions, I will show you one such picture that I just happen to have. Go up here to my... Oops, wrong spot. I will... Capture gallery is where I need to go. It was in Lost Song, I think. The previous game. Nope. Hollow Fragment. Sorry. Still getting used to going game to game here. This one. Where she just grabs him and squishes his face into her cleavage. Now, would someone who's entirely AI do that? I'm not entirely sure. Now, you might think, yeah, that's a perfectly fine response. Sure. Might be perfectly fine. Her avatar's design, well, looks to be an 18, 19-year-old female. I mean, that's all well and good, but do you really think someone who is an entire artificially intelligent being do that? You know, when we consider a lot of times, we think of, say, a straight robot. Like, say, Max from the new Thunderbirds series, Thunderbirds Are Go. Or even the robot that was in the original Thunderbirds, I've forgotten his name too, but both were designed by brains either way. But, you know, artificial intelligence, we generally think of robots and similar things, but not AI as in an artificially intelligent computer program like Straya or Yui. And again, Yui has some reactions and actions that you would think may not lead her to necessarily be entirely AI, but I think she's a bit more AI than Straya. Now, I would like to put a little more research in the other two games before I do some conclusive... Whoops, mind the play. Before I do some conclusive nitpicking, as it were, on that subject. But from what I've seen in this game alone, it's enough to make me believe she's not entirely AI. Again, because I got to do a little bit more research in the other games for that. But then again, when you consider that you have Premier, who's an NPC, who acts more artificially intelligent than the rest of them, well, than the rest of the NPCs, so most of it is quest NPCs or shopkeeper NPCs. So. And an NPC, for those who don't know, is a non-player character. And there is an NPC who acts virtually completely human, and her name is Kismel, who I actually don't have in my party right now. As you can see, I have Straya, Klein, and Agil being two of my lesser favorite characters. But hey, everyone has to have her. But who really cares about that at the moment? Anywho, that aside, what I'm doing is I'm just trying up my weapon skill level as well as on my EX skill level. I'm currently wielding a dagger.
Easy.
No reference at all to Dagger of the Range from the Dragon series. I don't think the Dragon series. So, just thought I'd clarify that. Oh, and that's another video I will do too, is references to other series in Sword Art Online. Now, we know that this one was, Hollow Realization was developed alongside Final Fantasy XIV, I think, so there is some references there. That I haven't seen. And I think Lost Song or one of the other two was developed alongside another Final Fantasy game. So, at least I mean, in the process of development, they were made at basically the same time. Not necessarily in the same company, per se, but they were definitely made about the same time. And as you'll see here, I've got an alchemized metal doll, which I think is a metal doll on its own as well. But you'll often find anything like an alchemized metal doll or an amulet with an iron doll. The alchemized metal doll is just a more powerful version of the iron doll. And you'll find a lot of enemies like that. Like you'll have Fanged Lizards, 4 or 5 of those in a group. And then you'll have another one, the Fanged Lizard Broodmother. Again, same thing. Weaker ones with a more powerful version, leading. Or something like that anyway. I mean, the enemies don't necessarily have a leader as such in this game, but it's that sort of things that, you know, you attack us, you attack the leader, you know, the leader will get you back, or take their fight out of you, or what. It's sort of more, I think it's more of an intimidation factor, but once you're high enough level, like, a lot of times around at level 35, 40, most of those sort of mobs don't bother you much. But, dagger, like my damage per second is 824, current parameter for attack is 168, my strength is 120, but yeah, I'm dealing next to no damage really on a main mob, or monster when I'm dealing a lot of it. But hey, what are we gonna do? Good job. Yeah, I would cut this live stream short. Short of my other one, yeah, anyway. I'll worry about the time frame for that a little bit later. So, effectively, my live stream is going to be me playing the game, especially a little bit about the game and some of the characters, stuff like that. But in the live streams that I am planning to do, but we'll have no schedule for at this point, they include the final boss battle of Ratchet & Clank on PS4, which is the same as the original Ratchet & Clank, which, might I add, was released about 15 years ago. Thereabouts. Oh, it could have been a little more, could have been a little less. Around about the 15-year mark. And it's Dr. Nefarious, the boss battle, so. And that battle, with weaker weapons, can take upwards of 20 minutes, half an hour if you're not dealing enough damage quickly. But if you're like me who has upgraded weapons, the battle becomes extremely easy, as I will show you. I'm going to show you pretty much the shortcutted easy version. Excessively easy. Rhino. And for those of you who are wondering what Rhino means in the Ratchet & Clank universe, it means rip ya a new one. Because that's pretty much what the thing does. It's that powerful. It's the most powerful weapon in Ratchet & Clank, and it's one of the most powerful weapons in any video game series that I know of. Or that I've used anyway, or possibly even played. We know in multiple video game series there are OP as hell weapons. Like the legendary weapons in this for a little bit that I've seen are seriously OP. Easy. And if you were using the Celestial Blade's extra skill, which allows you to dual wield, that is what I call one hell of a broken skill. And you do that with 2 legendary weapons, and it is seriously broken. That's how powerful it is. And I've got semi-powerful weapons, and I can do a heck of a lot of damage with it without trying too much. But hey, that's what happens. And I guess, despite being an Ultra Bastion, I'm actually I'll show you the town at least, and see how we go in the time frame that I've got in mind, and might show you a couple of the other areas of the game. Yeah, for the most part, the game's pretty. This game is VR MMORPG. Virtual reality, massively multiplayer online role-playing game. Virtual reality, massively multiplayer online role-playing. What is it is. However, version on PlayStation 4, if you got Hollow Realization, and the remakes of Lost Song and Hollow Fragment, or if you play the original Lost Song, Hollow Fragment, and the Vita version of these games, yeah, you can tell the difference in the graphics, but they're set, regardless of console you play, as PS3, 4, or Vita. They're designed as an MMORPG, but the way you play it in single player is as if you're Kirito. That's pretty much all it is. You're playing as Kirito. Or if you like, you yourself as the one inputting the commands in the controller. But that's effectively how this works. You are Kirito and you're just inputting commands and controlling his avatar. And of course you've got the assistance of the other players. And the players that appear in the world alongside you in single player, such as one of the other parties in the areas you're in, they are controlled actually by the game's AI, not other people. As much as the game is an MMO, the actual game's AI controls them, unless you are actually online, in which case you are playing with other real-world players. Now, I haven't played online with any of the games I've got, at least not on PS4 anyway. I played online a bit on Mario Kart 7 on the 3DS, but that's a game I haven't played for a while. I played online, I've done a few online trades with Pokemon Omega Ruby, but again, slightly different thing there, because you don't need any. I think I did X at one point as well, looking for Vivian. But anyway, games like Pokemon, you don't need a particular subscription to use the online capabilities, whereas PlayStation 4 and like some of the later PS3 games, even I think the current ones that go alongside PS4 games, like for instance, Skylanders Imaginators, you've actually got to have a PlayStation Plus account to go online and use the online features of the game. Which really, in my opinion, is a little stupid. Why should you have to have a subscription just to use the online features? And Minecraft's another one. There's so many around the world playing that game online as well as just on their own in creative or survival, that I don't really need a PlayStation Plus account for that, or Xbox Live, you don't need to worry about that because you're already connected up to the internet anyway, because it's a Microsoft-based system. So, obviously, you've still got to pay the subscription for Xbox Live to keep the membership, I think. Don't quote me for the Xbox Live there, folks, because I actually don't know. LOD, if you know any more about that, I would appreciate your input there. Because knowing you have an Xbox, I'd appreciate it if you could help me out there. But I know for PlayStation Plus, to keep the subscription for that once you have it, you do have to pay. You can get a free 14-day trial, I think it is. But again, I haven't done. Because the online sections, at least the time games, haven't really interested me. Not yet, anyway. I just want to worry about more of the single-player stuff, get a hand on the game, get through it, beat it, grind, do my own grind and stuff like that, and then might consider going online. And again, another one you need the whole PlayStation Plus thing for is Diablo. Diablo 3. Reaper of Souls. And for those of you who are wondering what sort of areas that game has, you're pretty much playing in an apocalyptic game. It's pretty much set after Diablo terrorizes the world, even in Diablo 2. But really, to get a hold of that story, you need to do some research on the games, or actually play the games. There is plenty of content in all 3 Diablo games, even without the expansions to 2 and 3. And of course, I've got all the expansions as well as the main games, although I haven't beaten the first 2 yet. Not that I'm worried, because Diablo 3 you don't even really need to play the story to actually know what's going on, because the characters do touch on parts of it and light it up, and help light that darkness up for you. Not the brilliant of ways to do it, but that's the way I like to do it, so meh. 6 to 1. But regardless of that fact, challenge for your game, and again, it could be an MMO except for the fact that your party is limited, but again, that's a similar thing here. See if we can find a limit of 4, so yourself, Skipto, and your 3 followers who activate. Whereas me, at the moment, Freya, Agil, and Klein. But of course, I'm raising their friendship levels. Already got the strategies maxed out. As for Klein and Agil, they're on their way. And I just got stunned. Stupid iron ball. But anyway. Cool. Cold ore. Woohoo! I like that. Where were we? Oh yes. Here we go in here. You can see here, I maxed out everyone above Yui, who's still cool. I maxed out everyone from Straya to Yuki. And I'm working on both Klein and Agil at the moment. I'm maxed out Kismail. And I still have to do Premier, it's gonna take a little bit of work. But I'm getting there. It's the main thing. And of course, for maxing each of them out, there is a trophy. It's a pain, I know, to have to max out just for a trophy, but that's what they want you to do. Just do it. And there's actually an AI-controlled player. Wait, you're talking to me? What, you mean this can't end well? What do you mean? You got me with you. See, now you'll notice in the top corner where their health bars have popped up because I was fighting the same enemy they were. And now we all get experience out of that. The lower the level you are, the more you get, of course. I'm only getting 1 experience out of these because I'm so high level. Level 60 and fighting level 42 enemies. Go, Straya! Ow! How dare you, you stupid living guardian! What do you think?
Good job.
You notice I'm praising each one of my party members for whatever action they do, just so I can get their friendship up. Then once I've got that up, I might start to fine-tune their actions a little bit more to get the unique outfits for each character. Klein, Agil, and Kismail, and Argo, the only ones that actually don't have the unique outfits. Everyone else does. And there is a DLC coming out too, which me and myself and a lot of other players around the world are not too happy about. That Japan has a way before we do. I mean, all localization issues, stuff like that. That's understandable. But really, it could have been better done a whole worldwide release. And that includes both Rain and 7. So, and they, of course, featured in Sword Art Online Lost in Song as a central antagonist, as it were. Ironically, that wasn't what they were originally meant. The way the game's told is not what they originally intended to do. Though I haven't beaten that game, so I can't give you the whole story. Not that I would, for those who haven't played it, because that doesn't mean lost songs they've been out after 2 or 3 years. It's that. And I don't intend to get spoilers after the game is pretty well recent, unless it absolutely has to. Firehead! Anyway, so you get the idea, just kill enemies, get your experience up, stuff like that.
Good job.
Pretty simple game, really. Like most games, you gotta do stuff to get your experience. Completing quests also gives you experience, as well as completing the actual events, I think. Actual story events give you experience, event fragments give you experience, which I've already done 1 in this area. Now if I go to my map, you'll see these little green dots around, moving around up and a red dot there. Green dots are event fragments in each of the areas, which are highlighted by these little stones where you can walk to. The red dot is an episode quest, and that's a much harder enemy, which is an H in it, so it's probably a huge named monster or high honored power monster or something. Honored name monster, I don't know. But I know NM is named monster, and well, these icons here, the exclamation marks, tells me 1 where I need to be, 2 where there's actually a story event. And again here, same thing. And of course we have among other areas, Courageous Desert, Great Forest of Oldro. Oldro Forest is got on the map. Great Plains of Rastoria, or just Rastoria Plains on the map, and the Jeweled Peaks Lakes. And again, and we start in Rastoria Plains, go to Oldro Forest, down to Peaks, the Jeweled Peaks Lakes, over to Courageous Desert, across to Ultram Bastion. Now, this unused area here, I suspect could be used for something story-wise, and there's also an area here they could use too, this mountain. Make use of the mountain and this blackened area here, part of DLC or part of the story. I don't know. Do something with it, is what I say. Anyway, so I think from there I will head back to. I'll go to Market Street. So, heading back to Market Street, and you see in the top right-hand corner, saving data, because that's the only way to save data, to change either change area or use the actual logout function there at the bottom of the menu. The only 2 ways you can save data in this game. I think, Lost Song you can save at the end, and all of Fragment I think much the same. But regardless of that, you will often see your other characters running around somewhere. Well, walking around, let's see. Here's Asuna. You probably won't greet me, but I don't care. But and she's got that little magnifying glass thingy there because I've got her as my favorite at the moment. I did that so I could find it for an event, and I haven't changed it. Now, if I press square on this person, go to errands, to report. I will report that quest and complete that. First, I report back to another character for a while. There we go, she greeted me. And now I'll talk to her. There's Elizabeth, you're a blacksmith. And also, with Asuna, you've also got to remember some of what she says can be a little taken the wrong way at times. You've got to remember her and Kirito are married in the series. Which is also touched upon in this game too. And there's Sinon, one of my favorites, right here. There's Premier, the game-only NPC for this thing. And see the yellow icon? That's an NPC. Over here, green icon is a player. And don't worry about that cannot connect to network. That's the console itself, not the live stream. Anyway, quest board over here. There's also one in Teleport Gate Plaza, and also for quests you can get experience for completing ones here. See, I've got 0 experience there, but a lot of times you will get experience, which only a couple of times getting an item, but you'll get coal, which is the monetary value in this game. You will get experience for completing the quests. Pretty much the usual stuff in Lounge here. Lounge, Lakeside Park, I think it is over here. Lakeside Park. Up the top of the stairs over there is Teleport Gate Plaza, which I'll show you the icon. Please know I'm not lying. See, Teleport Gate Plaza. And I come way back down here, which I could have shown you before, but anyway. Scenic Overlook. The Coastal Road, just there's a town you can make use of. There's an NPC there again. Hey, there's Yuki. Another character from the series that's part of your main cast. This game. I didn't expect her to be seen down reading a book, knowing how energetic you see. There's Delia! Whoops! Whoops! I didn't intend to stop there! Oh well. I guess the whole shy thing, that would have been so much better if I didn't stand in her face. try and do that in one of my videos where they don't stand right in their face like that. Wasn't even expecting to see Philia there, actually. Anyway, regardless of that, so here we are in Teleport Gate Plaza now. To teleport to the level, or well, area, you can either come here to the teleport stone / area, world map, select your area, so just for the hell of it from Bastion, and select where you want to teleport to. Now these ones here I can't because I haven't activated the teleportation stone yet in that area, but yeah, it's simple, or I can actually access my storage from here too. So that's pretty simple. Again, as I said, quest board there. You'll often receive requests from other quote-unquote players. Nope. There we go. Very well. See, we have rests here now. These ones with the why don't we go for a walk together? They're gonna. If you start responding to those, you're gonna get a heck of a lot of them. I got 49 to respond to. I just get getting inundated by them. Nah, bugger. No way. There's Liz, who's not gonna stop for a chat. No, there's Yui. Get him telling us in his in-game daughter. Who's actually older in this game than she is in the previous ones. But actually, yeah, they actually aged her a bit in this game, which is good. I have to admit, those guys Sinon and Leaf are a bit more revealing outfits than what they had. So Sinon, before I don't know where Leafer is, she's around town somewhere. Oh, and also if you're having trouble finding people, you go into your friend list, you look whoever it is, R1, and it'll come up with their location. Pretty simple. Yay! Woo! Oh, fine. Don't respond to your daddy. Your daddy knows this, Sinon. Howdy ho!
少し話さないねえ
Then goes to chat, private chat, oh, look chat all day, you have to do raise friendship a bit. You can also have private chat too, which is much more interesting. That's a mechanic I haven't quite mastered. I might do a video of that at a later date, but we'll see. Anyway, so that's pretty much your basic areas as such for this game. So you know what? I think I'm gonna leave it there. There's nothing I really need to discuss now. You see me grinding a little. I've talked about a few things, and I'll just touch on my content again. That I'll be playing the end of Yu-Gi-Oh! Capsule Monster Coliseum to beat it once more for about the 8th or 9th time, I think it is. And I've got all 200 Capsule Monsters, which I will showcase in probably, it might be a 1-part video, it might be a 2-part video, or a 3 or 4, I don't know. We'll see how I go. But I know I'll be showcasing all of them in their capsule form and actual animated monster form. And I will show you my capsule deck that I use. I'll be dueling a few times, so you get to see me in action with some of my high-level monsters, which are damn near impossible to beat. Now, it can be done, but once you got high-level monsters in the game, you're pretty much invincible. But hey, that's the game. So yeah, I'll be playing that to beat it again. I will be doing a playthrough of The Simpsons Hit and Run, which is also pretty soon as Yuki walking around us. Yeah, so it'll be Simpsons Hit and Run playthrough Yu-Gi-Oh! Capsule Monster Coliseum. I might post a video of myself and NOD13 playing Tiger Woods PGA Tour 2005, just to give you an idea of where some of the graphics have come from, you know, what PS2 was like in some of the quote-unquote better games. And the mechanic's a little dodgy in that game too, with some of them, but might keep playing that, so you can see the older graphics. Hit and Run with some of the best graphics of any PS2 game, might I add. So I'll be doing plays of that, Capsule Monster Coliseum, maybe VO2 of yeah, I might do VO2 of the old Ratchet & Clank games on PS2. So the original Ratchet & Clank, Locked and Loaded, I think as we called it, the Going Commando over here. Going Commando or Locked and Loaded, it's the same game, just different subtitle, depending on where you are in the world. And Ratchet & Clank 3, Up Your Arsenal! God, I love that title. I love that title. Anyway. Yeah, I'll probably do a little bit of playthrough of those. I won't do a whole run through. But I might do one of Ratchet Gladiator on PS3 because I've got that downloaded on PS3. I will be definitely doing a playthrough of Crash Bandicoot N. Sane Trilogy, which releases on the 30th of June, I believe, from what I've seen. So, taking that out of consideration for that one, that's just a little bit away. And hopefully by then I'll have the first one, my Chaos Monster Coliseum up and Hit and Run. I'll probably do those side by side, so do one episode, one day of Hit and Run. And my next available recording time, I'll do Chaos Monster Coliseum all the other way around. There's a couple other games I'm looking at doing as well, but I can't think of the titles off the top of my head. But they won't be playthroughs necessarily. I'll be doing just some racing visuals and stuff like that from Gran Turismo 6. What I'll do there, nope, this didn't say that. I'll be doing like a play, sort of like what Edo D13 is doing with Forza. He's doing Forza 4, I think it is at the moment. He's just started a playthrough of that for viewers. I'll probably start playthrough. What I'll do now, I'll have to get my list of cars you unlock, but I'm gonna do a playthrough using all my available vehicles for Gran Turismo 6, and I will touch on some of what I think are the better vehicles for either each event or class, which might contradict what the game says, and I will show you that when I do it. So I'll probably do an episode of those, or at least record an episode of this a week and get them probably out in this days just after that. After each one, probably. So I'm hopefully looking at and that'll be after I finish my Ratchet and Clank, of course. So my Ratchet and Clank playthrough, I'll finish that first, and the final episode of that will be the Battle Against Dr. Nefarious, and that will be a live stream. I mean, why not? So, yeah, a little bit of content coming. Well, I'll still be doing Bleach discussions and videos with Bleach on this channel, like a lot of people, like Tekking, Too Spooky, all those sort of characters. Rather, people who have done Bleach videos in the past and like the series and will continue to do videos. I'll still continue myself. And yeah, I will continue discussions other than the series, and I can't really name anything off the top of my head. I'll do a complete one on Straya, AI or not. May not necessarily be that title, but do one there. I've got some top 10s I'm looking at doing. A couple of videos of the RD13 that might be posted on Das Was Raptor, though. I got a couple I actually got to post up there, so keep tuned to that channel. Keep tuned to Das Was Raptor for some upcoming videos soon. Keep tuned to my channel for more videos and live streams and stuff. Keep tuned to RD13 for his videos. He's getting a few out soon, I believe. I could be wrong. That is in the midst of doing some. But anyway, hit that like button down below. Subscribe if you like my content and want to see more of it, and also leave a comment below as well. So like, comment, subscribe to let you use the stuff that us YouTubers love you doing, and I will see you in my next video. Be it on a live stream or not. Either way, I'll see you in the next one. This is Vandolo73, smoking up those tires and burning that rubber on out of here, and signing out!